Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. What? You know what my daughter did? This glue stick. So this area, what is up with my hair today? It's really like poofy. She would hang, this used to be her playroom, so she would hang stuff on the wall with glue stick. It'll come off. I just honestly didn't see it until today. Anyways, we're gonna ignore that, mom life. Welcome back to my channel. This is a channel about mostly cross stitch, but I do all sorts of things. Speaking of things, I really need to make some more project bags because I have 0 project bags left, no space. And I have tons of projects not in bags. But anyway, this is a regular cross stitch update. Let's talk about it and see what we have here. So my last video, honestly, I can't remember if I showed you guys some of the stuff that I had. I have no finishes, just FYI. But I know I had a couple of whips that I ended up not showing in the video that I said, oh, I'll insert a picture. Never did. I have said whips with me this time, so we're going to start with that as well. A couple new starts, kitted up things. I do have a tiny bit of haul, and yeah, so I want to start with the, hold on, let me situate it. Oh no. I want to start with the whips that I did not show in the last video. I don't know why I didn't show them, but I didn't. So this stitch along is still going. Do I have, I don't even have, trying to find the base picture. So I don't have the picture with all of the, you're going to see a theme to today's patterns, okay? So I'm a Halloween 365 girl, in case you didn't know. Lots of spooky things. So I don't have the updated frame that she has in the group. I think on Facebook is where I saw the most recent version of it. So I do subscribe to her Patreon, and that's how I'm able to get the most current patterns. I haven't printed February's yet. There's 2 new cards out for February, but by the time this is done, 6, 12, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22 patterns. But I feel like she's only releasing 1 pattern a month, if I'm not mistaken. But it's 2 patterns every other month. That doesn't make any sense to me. I don't know. I honestly am kind of confused on the release dates on them, because as soon as I saw it, I was like, I have to have that. And I've started this. So at this point, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Do you guys hear that? There's 16 patterns so far released, and there's 22. So I feel like, I don't know. Don't quote me on that. This is the frame. This is by the Witchy Stitcher. Okay, I absolutely love the Witchy Stitcher. This is called Nostalgic Tarot. And then you get this that has all of the layout for all of the cards. You could probably put them in whatever order you want. Mine are in this order, okay? And she's kind of modified them to be more fun. The whole theme is like rainbow type of stuff. So I have, I'm gonna have to take this off because I don't want to show you guys the pattern. I meant my pattern that I had clipped on there. So everything's rainbow. I'm gonna take it off the Q snap so I can show you guys. I didn't have to take my needle minder off. So I made a whole bunch of these needle minders out of guitar picks. So this is a Guns N' Roses one. It's so cool. So this is what I have so far. I have the name on the top. I've started the first rainbow here. I did move it over, and I started the tops of 2 of the boxes that are in the center. It's going to be much bigger than I originally anticipated. This is a huge piece of Aida that I had. It was originally blue, like a very light blue. So I took it and dyed it black and modeled it so that it looks like this. And this is what I'm doing the stitch along on. And it's going to pop so nicely on here. You can see on the chart, it was like a black background. I don't like stitching on just plain flat black. It's very difficult for me to see. So I thought this would be my next bet. So I think there's only 4 boxes on the top. Yeah, so I've already got 2 here. There'll be 1 here, and then there's going to be another one on this side because it comes out 1 more. So it's going to fit on here quite nicely, I think. You can see all of the colors. I'm not a very big colorfully type of person, but as soon as I saw this, I had to get it. And this is a freaking huge piece of Ada. I have been considering, I use a Lowry stand, and so I kind of want to get the extension for the Lowry and use that for these big pieces so that I can put it on a scroll frame instead, so that I don't have to move it so much, because I feel like with the 11 by 11 Q snaps, I have to move it like big time, or the 12 by 12, whatever, however many inches they are. I have to move it all the time, and it's frustrating, especially when you're building a frame. You don't get as many stitches in. And I learned with one of the very first patterns that I stitched, it was the Universal Monster Cell. And I learned, wait, is it the Universal? No, it was a chopping mall. I learned very quickly that with the frames from the Witchy Stitcher, I got very bored very quickly stitching it the way that I was stitching it. And it really took a toll on me because I was kind of stitching the rooms as I was leaving, and I saved like the whole entire top piece for the end, and I learned that I didn't like that. I want to stitch the whole frame and as much as the top of it as I can on those, and it just makes for easier going for me. I don't know, it makes sense in my brain. It's probably not even making sense as I'm saying it, but whatever, you know, it is what it is. I don't know what all this floss is for. Is this all for my tarot? Has to be for that. See, that's another thing I don't have a project bag for. So I have stuff to make a ton of project bags, and I'm going to make more. So there's that. My next one is, I don't know who the artist is. I don't know where this came from. I saw somebody else stitching it somewhere in one of the Facebook groups, and they were like, I got it on Amazon. They posted the link, and I immediately had to get it. So this is what it looks like. It says Friends at the bottom, and it's a bunch of Halloween characters. Not Halloween the movie, but like horror characters. And so my favorite is Freddy. He's always been a favorite. And Chucky, I don't like the Saw guy, but it is what it is. A Hellraiser's here in the corner. And so I had to get it. And this is one of the ones that I didn't show you guys last time. I've been stitching this one in hand because it's so small. It's 150 by 110. And so it's like, you know, actually 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. Yeah, 150 by 110. Actually 151, I think, if I'm not mistaken. And it's hard to put it in a frame, especially with this kind of Ada because it's so stiff. It's really hard to put it in a frame. I'm thinking of sewing some stuff around the edges so that I can get it up, but, you know, whatever. I started at the bottom and I did all of it. The only thing I haven't done is these little dots in here. I need to come back and do because I hate to just stitch just a couple of stitches and waste that thread because it comes on these and they can be kind of hard to put back into these, and I'm not going to take them off if I'm being honest. So that's what it looks like. So far, so good. I mean, I haven't really done a lot of the middle to say. I do have a lot more of, what's this guy's name? Jason done here. So yeah, you can see that it's hard to tell on these, the stitches for that, but I absolutely love this piece. I wish it was kind of bigger so it would have a little bit more detail, but it is what it is. Again, this is when I was still purchasing on Amazon. I no longer purchase from Amazon anything in my life. So that was like one of the purchases that I had made a while back. That's one of the whips I didn't show you guys. This is another whip I didn't show you guys that I got a couple of stitches on the last time that I totally forgot about. This came from, I believe, New Craft Day. Long time ago, if you guys remember, like 2 or 3 summers ago. They, I don't even know the right words. They contacted me about releasing a couple of videos if they sent me some stuff. And if my video had more than 500 views, they were going to send me some more stuff to review. And that's how I ended up with a bunch of these stamped kits again. Because if you guys are OGs and you remember several years ago, I destashed all of my stamped kits. And I tried my very best to make sure that the ones that I did have weren't licensed pieces. So this is one of the ones that I ended up getting. Some of the ones they let me pick, some of them they didn't. So this came with a piece of Aida, but it was just a piece of white Aida. And I thought, you know what? I'm not going to do that. I'm going to use something that I have. And so I had this piece of Mystery Aida. I think I have it in here. Hold on. It's not in here. I think this is a piece of volcano stitching Aida that I got. There was only 2 or 3 pieces of volcano stitching. If not, it's just a mystery piece that I got somewhere. I don't even know what direction this goes. It doesn't look like anything right now. Like, you totally can't tell. But I love Doctor Who. I started in the middle, which you guys know I'm not a big middle start person, but I am slowly becoming a middle start person. It goes this direction. Oh no, where did the sun go? That's what I have. Doesn't look like much now. You can see that I only have one window. Not window, but one of the squares on the TARDIS finished. So that's that. But I love Doctor Who, and I love that they did take some of my recommendations, because I was allowed to say, hey, like, I kind of like these, but they said, like, there's a chance that you won't get those. So I was like, cool, whatever, you know, it's what it is. That was something. And I think I may have showed you guys this last time, but I may not have. And if not, here it is again, because I did get a couple of stitches in since last time, not very many. Chester's Place by Whistle Stop Stitcher Designs. Amy Sprinklestein, who is back on TikTok, who's back on YouTube as Born to Stitch. Her and I purchased this together with the intention of stitching it together because we both love cats. Kind of an ode to her boy cat. There's a whole story behind that. So this is where I've left off. I've finished the window here and I'm trying to fill it in because I'm honestly not enjoying stitching this. But if you guys know that about me, I'm not a big house stitching person. I don't really care for them, which is weird because I've got the stash of all stashes. I've put it all away now. I should have kept some of it out so that you guys could see the stash that I got. Maybe I'll put some pictures here of what I received. And I got a lot of stuff on Facebook Marketplace. And I went through and it didn't keep nearly as much as I thought I was going to keep, but that's neither here nor there. So here's that. Couple of stitches there, not many. It's still in the Q snap. I think I'm going to take this out though, to be honest, because it is what it is. Something I've been keeping in my whip pile that I haven't done. I have a picture here of where I left off with it because I recently sent it to somebody. So I'll just put that picture there. And this has been sitting out on my ottoman because I really want to get back into it. This is a Pixel, that Pixel Prime cross stitch. So that's what it looks like, or that's what it's going to look like when it's finished. And then my progress there that you can see wherever I put it on the screen. So that's with that, because I really want to work on this one too. Everything that I have right here is like the stuff that I'm really, really, really wanting to work on. And I've really been struggling when I go and I sit down. I'm like, oh my God, I just want to do all of these things. And when you are an intense crafter like I am, these decisions keep me up at night. Like, seriously. I have been getting maybe 5 hours of sleep of night, and I work outside the home. I'm a classroom teacher. I need my sleep. And so, you know, I love to read. And so that's something else too that I'm like, man, I chose to stitch for that hour today that I had. So now we need to go read before bed for another hour, because then nothing gets done, if that makes sense. I'm also still going to school, getting my master's degree in education right now, but I have the hiccups because I ate my dinner too fast. But this is my last year. I'll be done in December. We're February right now, and I'm hoping it's going to be such a relief that I don't have to worry about it anymore and spend 15 to 20 hours a week on homework. My weekends, anyway, because all day Sunday is usually dedicated to homework, or I do like 3 hours every night during the week, and this week I didn't really do that, and so now I have homework to do this weekend. It is what it is. Back to the whips. So this is kind of, Okay, this is a whip, but also a new purchase. So I purchased this from Atomic Tiki Pins on Etsy as soon as I saw this. I'm sorry about the lighting. I didn't realize the sun was going to go behind that tree as quickly as I did. We're in that weird transition where it's not getting dark as early anymore, but it's still getting dark earlier than I'd like. So anyway, purchases from Atomic Tiki Pins. I will put a picture in just a second here of where I'm at. So you might not see my face for a second, but isn't this freaking adorable? As soon as I saw it, I said, yup, I need that. So I've been stitching exclusively on this for the past week. Finished this guy in a couple days. I could have finished it faster, but I was super distracted by watching Handmaid's Tale while I was stitching that one. And so finally got him done. I just need to go back and do like these stars here. Then I came down and I'm working on the top of this. So I've already gotten this whole side finished. This like top fourth, not the ship in the middle, but I did all this red. And then I'm going to finish the red on the top before I move on to the ship. But I will tell you guys, I didn't think anything of it. I really didn't. And I'm like, yeah, these are circles. Cool. Because looking at it, I'm just like, oh, okay, well, I can totally see where either they didn't complete the stitch to round the edge, or you can see the stitch sticking out. So I'm like, that's fine. I can probably cover that up if I made my back stitching thicker. Well, no. There's a ton of freaking fractional stitches, not just on the edges, but also on the inside to help with the designs, especially in here. I did not take that into consideration. And had I looked at the pattern for 10 seconds, I would have not done this on a piece of Aida. So there's that. I'll let you guys determine what it looks like. I'll try to post a close-up picture. It doesn't look terrible, but fractional stitches on Aida is not my favorite. There is a stitcher here. I can never remember what she's called. She stitches a ton of patriotic stuff, and she's talked a lot about stitching exclusively on Aida. She uses Aida for probably like 99% of her projects. And I asked her one time about stitching fractional, and she's like, yeah, it's no big deal. And I'm like, okay. For me, it is a big deal. It just really is. I already bent a needle because I couldn't get it through the freaking Aida, and it's just a hot mess. Anyway, fractionals on Aida is not my favorite, so that's that. It's super stinking cute. This is what I've been doing. So this one's called Ornaments Star Wars Empire. Again, Atomic Tiki Pins on Etsy. Okay, she's got some really cute stuff. I also have the HP Quidditch Pitch one. She has one that's a mandala of the Quidditch Pitch. Originally, I feel like when she first came out, most of her patterns were mandalas, and then slowly they've introduced new patterns. I automatically want to resort to saying she, but I don't know who the owner of Atomic Tiki Pins is. It could be somebody else, not a she or a he at all. Who knows? But anyway, we're inclusive here, by the way. Next thing, so that one, that Aida for that is a piece of Be Stitch Me. I think it's called Huntress, if I'm not mistaken, and it is opal. I always forget. This also a piece of Be Stitch Me. This one doesn't have a name. It was probably something that I got in a Friday night fight night that didn't have a name. This is a piece of Aida, of 18 count Aida. The Star Wars one, also 18 count Aida. You'll notice that if it's not a stamped piece or a piece I dyed myself, probably 90% of my fabric is Be Stitch Me. Just throwing that out there. So the next thing that's kind of a haul, not really a new start yet. Okay, not yet. Because I haven't started it yet, but I did kit the whole entire thing up. Again, I need a project bag, so right now she just sits like this. So I took the time to set my floss up, boom, like this. I also discovered this cool trick. I really like floss drops, but I hate spending money on them. I've literally tried everything in the book. I've tried cardstock. I tried buying the pre-made tags from like Office Depot that have like the, you know, like the little merchandise tags. Everything always tore. I tried purchasing a thicker, higher level cardstock, always tore. Then I can't remember if I saw it somewhere or I just had it in, I honestly have no idea where I got the idea from. I started using decks of cards to create my floss drops, and I absolutely freaking love this idea. If I could make them look prettier and I saw that there was a market for it, I would totally sell them. And I just, honestly, once I realized that it was going to work, I went to Goodwill one day and happened to see this ginormous bag of probably 10 decks of cards, and I converted them all into floss drops. So I already have the floss drops pre-made. I have a tag punch, so it cuts the tag out for me, and I have the holes pre-made as best as I can, so that I can have them ready. And currently I am just writing on them with a Sharpie, the number, because I'm too lazy to create stickers, but I also have the ability to create tags for them that would be numbered accordingly. So yeah, there's my floss for that. And it's really pretty. I think I showed the pattern in my last video. This is Memento Mori by Satsuma Street. Again, I purchased this on Etsy, so I don't have the original. I prefer the PDF copies anyway. That's what it looks like. I love the Dia de los Muertos and the whole Mexican holiday surrounding the sugar skulls and all of those things. So this is what it looks like. It's got a little bit too much orange for me, but it's okay. I'm going to work with it. I'm going to just stitch it as is. I kind of have half a mind to turn these two guys white. I feel like it would give it a little bit more color. And then changing these two flowers, since those two flowers do have white in them, to a pale blue, like a cornflower blue color. But I don't know. I hate stitching in white, and it's already gorgeous as it is. So I'm going to stitch that on a piece of No Surprise, Be Stitch Me. This was when it was part of her Fabric of the Month Club. This is in Sand Dollar. And it's a piece of 28 count Joblin. So I'm going to stitch this 2/2. Joblin is my favorite fabric of all time to stitch with. But Ada holds the dye more vibrantly. Just FYI. Well, linen does, but I hate linen, okay? So there's that. Isn't it going to be pretty? Hold on. I'm going to turn the light on. Oh, that's better. I also had time to get my drink. So I feel like that's going to just be gorgeous on this. It would pop better if I did it on a piece of black fabric, but again, I didn't want to do the black. I'm already working on the Nostalgic Tarot on a dark piece of fabric, and the Star Wars ornaments is also on a dark piece of fabric. If you see here, they have this on like a dark gray. I didn't want to do that. I wanted something brighter so that all of the black in these ornaments was going to pop a little bit better. And so that's why I chose the green of the other one that's there. So there's that. This is going to be a new start pretty soon here. And this one, oh no, I did go through my floss stash for that. What am I missing? Oh, I actually have one more. Something that I have not showed you guys in a really long time. Let me go grab it. So I haven't showed this in a long time. This is called I don't know. Hold up. Hold up. I don't know what this is called. Santa's Village by Country Cottage Needleworks. I'm stitching this on a piece of Night Sky Ada by Be Stitch Me in 18 count. This is opal. These, of course, are all, if I'm not mistaken, all of these are done on a very pale material like this. To me, that's boring. I know a lot of people really just love stitching everything on this type of material. I feel like it goes into that category. Have you guys heard of the color millennial gray? How a lot of the millennials are decorating their house and choosing color schemes in their home that are gray. Everything's gray. That's what some of the stitchers do with this color. I feel like they stitch everything on this color. I want to get away from that because I want to be a little more fun. So Santa's Village has all these houses. 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9. That can't be right. Is it? It's only 9? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, 9. Duh. 3, 6, 9. Some of them come with charms right here. And I got all the charms. I feel like I got this whole entire set off of a D-stash somewhere at a really affordable price, and I ended up with it. Trying to use the called for, so there's some Classic Colorworks, some DMC, and some other stuff. And this is all I've done. It goes like this, but what this is waiting for is I need to come and sew something on here so that I can put it in a Q-snap or a frame, because I currently can't. So I stitched all of this in hand, and I hate stitching in hand, especially white, because there's all going to be a lot of white in this pattern. Unfortunately, it is what it is. So yeah, that's all I've gotten. I don't even remember. Oh, the one that I'm currently working on is the Santa's house. So it's just the top pattern. Up here, all of them have this border, and then like the snow swirls. And then this is the snow on his roof. And then this green is starting his roof here. It's so hard to see with the opal. So that's the first pattern. You can see my needle dangling. That's that. So this has just been sitting aside for me to sew some fabric on, which, as a matter of fact, I have this on my agenda today. I think as soon as this video is done, I'm going to go and I'm going to do that, because I really want to start stitching on that too. So my mini haul, because I want to keep these videos as short as I can. Yesterday, I finally decided to purchase a couple of patterns that have been in my Etsy cart for a long time. One of these, I'm not even sure why I bought it. I'm just like, why not? Might as well. So this first one, this has been in my cart for a really long time, probably since it came out. I don't know when it came out. Let me look real quick. I don't think it says, if I'm being honest. 2022. So yeah, since it came out. So what I love about this, let me show it to you first. Of course, it's a Witchy Stitcher pattern, and this is the Stephen King house. So looks like this, and inside is a scene from his movies, as well as the outside, you know. So you've got the infamous car, the cemetery, you know, The Shining, all of these things, right? And I just absolutely freaking love it. Now, what makes this interesting is something that I just love the Witchy Stitcher and the attention to detail that she does, is that the house is supposed to be modeled after Stephen King's actual home in Maine. Isn't that a freaking trip? I've actually never seen a real picture of his home, if I remember, and I'm listening to the playback of this. I'll put a picture here so that you guys can see, because I'm curious too. And honestly, I didn't know that until I had printed the pattern out yesterday. I thought that was really neat. It was just something that has been sitting in my cart, because I've done the chopping mall. That one's done already. You guys should have seen that a long time ago, because I had finished it years ago. And I also have, as a whip that I haven't worked on in quite some time, is the Universal Monster Cell that she also did a long time ago. I'm doing the extended version, so I have all of the fan created rooms as well that are available for free in the Witchy Stitcher Facebook group. As far as I'm aware, they're still there. I haven't checked in a really long time since I already have them. But yeah, again, Witchy Stitcher. I was just looking through and I found this atomic heart, and I said, you know what? I need that. My words aren't my friend today. Anatomical heart number 13 is what she's calling this, and it's in a like Cinderella type of vase. Is it Cinderella? No. Beauty and the Beast vase, right? And it just looks so freaking cool. I have a couple of other patterns that are like the anatomical type. I have a brain, and what else do I have? I can't remember the other one that I have from, I think, Oh My Stitches. Those are just in my binder. And then while I was at it, because they were affordable, I also bought the Talk Murder to Me. one. I just thought this was so cute. So I hope to one day in the next 5 to 10 years, that's my goal, is to have my own actual, like, not studio, but kind of craft room. So right now I only have this 3-bedroom home. My son has since moved out, but I had all 3 of my kids and myself in here. And this home had 2 living rooms. And so because my girls had to kind of share, one of the rooms was transitioned into a playroom, and it still kind of has like the play stuff, even though they're slowly outgrowing it and the stuff is slowly dwindling down since they don't play with as many things anymore. And so my sewing table and some of my cross stitch is stored in my room. I have a cube shelf that has all of my inactive whips. And then my sewing table has obviously all of my sewing projects on it. And then in here, I have, I think I can show you guys, my rocking chair. So this is like the front living room. My rocking chair with my Lowry and this basket of like active whips and things that I kind of want to get my hands on relatively soon. And then I use an light that's gripped to the back of my rocking chair, and that helps me see. So there's that. Where are you going? Okay, those are all my whips, and there's several things from the stash that I got online that I was hoping, I was hoping that I would like more things that she had in there, but I did keep a fair amount, you know, not anywhere near even a quarter of what I got from her. I have a lot of it listed in Stash and Load, and again, these are things that I did purchase, so I'm not like, you know, being weird with it, but I had hoped that I would like more than I did in the stash, but it's okay. I also did find a version of Lady of the Flag, so I'll put the pictures here. These are pictures that I took. I don't know what to do with it. I know it's worth a lot of money. I want to see who wants it. I have it listed on eBay right now, and it has had no takers, and eBay charged me a grip of money to list it, and it didn't sell. So I don't know what to do with it. It's just it's sitting here. I saw one going for $800 and some on eBay, which is an astronomical amount of money. I would never sell it for that much. But also I don't want to let it go for $10 either. So I'm sitting on that. That was in there. So that was something that like made the whole stash worth it. I'm honestly, if I'm being completely honest, I'm not going to stitch it. I live in America and I'm patriotic-ish to a point, but I'm not that patriotic. I don't think I hardly have any patriotic patterns, maybe one. It is what it is. So there's that. I also got Jack Frost's Tree Farm, which is another really cute, I don't know if it's Little House Needleworks or Country Cottage Needleworks. That's not the one that's right here. These are some other ones. I'm trying to think what else is in there because I didn't take pictures of all the stuff that I kept. I got the very scary Lizzie Kate set. That's cute. All 3 patterns for that were in there. There was a few things. Oh, Prairie Schooler. I got a ton of the Prairie Schooler Santas that I think I'm going to end up keeping because they're really cute. And I just haven't decided if I want them to stitch or if I want them because I don't know. Just to say that I have them. You know, it is what it is. I'm trying to think what else is in that stash. I got some really good stuff in there. There was a couple of Mirabilias, but I actually already had the Mirabilias already. So Gwen was in there. I already had Gwen. And then the other one was, I can't remember what the other one was also. And then there was some Tumbleweeds patterns, which is a division of Little House Needleworks, if I'm not mistaken. Those are actually super cute. I found some really cool Southwest patterns that she had in there that were all of them are like Tucson patterns. So one of them is the Mission that's here in Tucson. That was really cool. There's one of the Superstition Mountains, which is not in Tucson, but it's in Arizona. So it was really cool. So a lot of the stuff, fun fact, was marked the Busy Bee, if I'm not mistaken. I didn't know this, but the Busy Bee was a local needlework shop here It was an L&S here in Tucson that I had no idea existed because they closed down years ago. And I don't know if the lady that I got the stuff from was the granddaughter of the lady. And so she passed away, right? The original owner of the stash that I purchased. I think I got 6 4-inch binders of stuff. So again, maybe I'll insert the pictures here again so you guys can kind of see. Just the binders alone, like they were all filled to the brim. So when I was looking at it, I started noticing that a lot of the patterns were stamped with the Busy Bee price sticker. And so I was like, oh. And then the more I started going through them and the more I started seeing the logo, I have half a mind to think that the woman that I got the stash from was either really deep into stitching, an intense stitcher, like many of us who I'm sure in 50 years when my kids are going through this stash and I'm long past, you know, they're ready to give it up, they're going to be like, wow, she was an intense stitcher. Or I feel like she knew the lady or the people who owned the Busy Bee or was the owner. I don't freaking know. But it was a lot of stuff. And so I looked, you know, their Facebook page is still up, but the most recent post is a post of them, how they're closing the store. And then on Google, when you look it up, it says permanently closed. So we still have a stitching store here called The West. I've been there once. It's decent, but it's also like a gift shop. So it's not a full stitching shop. Part of it is gifts. And then part of it is cross stitch. So I would say 60% of the store is like gifts and knickknacks, and 40% of the store is cross stitch. They don't have a huge fabric selection, but they have a huge floss selection. And they have all the fancy floss there too. So it's a great place to go for that. And they have all of the popular patterns there too. It's just not somewhere that I find that I need to go for the most part. Because I have so much stash, and I'm not that I'm on a ban from buying, but I just have so much that I don't feel the need to purchase a bunch of stuff like I did when I was first starting. I no longer have that like massive FOMO that I used to have in the beginning. You guys all know what I'm talking about. So anyway, I can see that this is reaching 40 minutes and there are a couple of pieces that I want to cut out, but I don't want these videos to be hour long anymore. Because those don't get any views either. And why am I going to publish a boring video, right? So anyway, that is it for now. I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you have anything you'd like to say, please leave me a comment below. And yeah, we're nearing 2,000 subscribers. So that's fun. Like, here's to 2025. Maybe we'll get 2,000 this year. We'll see. I'll see you guys in the next video.